Hello, Wolfpack fans. You know me. I'm Mark T. Robinson.
And I'm Gabriel Garza.
And we're bringing you this week's episode of the Wolfpack Weekly Report. We're at episode 10, guys. So, that's a big news. Yes, you might as well. I didn't bring anything, and we're not doing anything specifically special.
But we're giving the Wolfpack to you.
Yeah, exactly. Same old Wolfpack Weekly Report that you know and love. We're going to get to the sports here. We had a lot of things going down here on another busy weekend. Another busy week of sports for the Wolfpack here. We're going to start with the men's basketball team. As you know, they made history with being the first team since 1946 to make it to the national tournament. So we're going to talk about the matchup against William Penn. They came up short ultimately, 178, played very well. Jalen Gray came out well in his final game. But Gabe, I know you were really following this game closely, really watching during the live stream. What did you kind of see in this matchup?
Yeah, I saw they put on the game here at the Athletic Center. The game was close, though. The score doesn't really say that, but at halftime, the score was 36-42.
Yeah.
Jalen Gray was balling in this game, 20 points at the end of the game. But the main difference between these two teams was the rebounding.
Yeah.
And when you look at it, the rebounding numbers 31-56. As I look at the stats, just couldn't really keep up with them as far as rebounding go. And then you look at the second chance points, 7 for the Wolfpack, 25 for William Penn. So that just shows you what happened towards the second half of the game. Outscored 42-58 in the second half. But, got to give up to the Wolfpack. They fought tremendously, and unfortunately couldn't pull out a win.
Yeah, you look, and we both watched the game, but if you look at the Wolfpack's initial defense, they did a good job of forcing them to miss. But when they get all those second chance opportunities, right, that's more attempts for them at the rim. In fact, they attempted 19 more shots than the Wolfpack did. You look at the shot attempts, 86-67. But that was definitely the ball game, like you said, Gabe. But Coach Hollowell's got to be happy about what his team was able to accomplish. And I kind of saw some of the comments after the game that he said, this is a great group of guys. Probably it's the best that he's coached so far here.
One of the best for the Wolfpack in a while.
Absolutely. In the 3 years that he's been the head coach. So he's got to be happy about the progress and about the players that they still have coming back. But I will actually sit down with the senior Jalen Gray this week and talk about, the accomplishments of the team, how he feels now that he's moving on from the Wolfpack now that the season's over. So be on the lookout for that. It's going to be on the Loyola Wolfpack Athletics YouTube channel. So bringing that to you. Mm-hmm. And we move right along here. The women also played in the national tournament this past week, and they matched up with the Montana State University Northern, the Skylights. Kind of an interesting name there, but they matched up with them, and they also came up short, 60-55. Another close matchup. Gabe, the women's team coming in, hoping to get that national title for the first time, but wasn't able to completely close the deal.
Right.
So what were you kind of seeing in that one as well?
Well, that game was much more close. It was evenly matched throughout the game.
Yes.
Zoe Miller, 17 points for the Wolfpack. Megan Temple with 8 rebounds. They were going back and forth. But unfortunately, they just couldn't keep up. They made a little bit more of the 3-pointers, as I'm seeing here, 7 of 17 for Montana State. But unfortunately, just couldn't get the win. They fought tooth and nail. They're fighting really hard, but they just unfortunately when the other team's making threes and you just can't keep up, it makes it hard. Then they made it tough. Only down by 5.
Yeah, and when you look at the turnover numbers, Montana State turned it over 9 more times than the Wolfpack did,
right.
19-10. But when you look at second chance points, once again, 11-3 in favor of Montana State. So they kind of made up for that in the turnover department a little bit. But like you said, Gabe, this was a very close game throughout. And Coach Kennedy, the Coach of the Year for this season, has got to be confident because they've got the returning players to do the job next year. But unfortunately, the seniors, which, by the way, these seniors are the winningest seniors that they've had in program history, almost complete all 4 years of having a ring.
Yeah, almost.
Comes up short, but overall, it's been a dynamic season for this team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They go on a good, I'd say a good note though.
Yeah.
Making the tournament at least.
A good note. And also for these younger players, that kind of makes them hungry for next year.
True.
Because they've gotten to this point, gotten to the national tournament, they're going to want to go back. So expect to see the Wolfpack back in the national tournament very soon. Could be next year. So again, the Wolfpack come up short here, 60-55 against Montana State as they advanced in the tournament. And we'll move right along to baseball. We're going to the Diamond, Gabe, and this past weekend, the Wolfpack baseball team was on the road. They matched up with Tougaloo College. They went to Mississippi to MGM Park to match up with this team. And on Friday, they had a dominating 10-2 victory behind some stellar throwing from Joseph Kushler. Some great work by the Wolfpack on the mound, and ended up with a 10-2 victory. But then they came back on Saturday in Game 1. It looked like they were about to continue their dynamic run. They started off 5-0, but then all of a sudden, Tougaloo College rattled off 6 straight runs to take away that Game 1 victory, 6-5. But then the Wolfpack kind of shut them out in the second game, 10-0. So, what are some of the things, Gabe? Now that the baseball team is 15-16 now, they've gotten a little bit better on the road now. They're 5-13, I want to say, now on the road. What do they have to do to kind of keep the momentum going and pushing in the right direction?
Well, I'm going to focus on that 10-0 victory. I saw a lot of good things out of that game. They got 16 hits, and they didn't give up. They only gave 3 hits, no runs. The pitching was great. Picking up the win there was Gary Cavallo Jr. Home runs is actually Alexander Lorenzo again coming up with more home runs. He's another powerful hitter for the Wolfpack. And even in that game of 5-6, like you said, they were leading 5-0, and unfortunately, they couldn't close the game out. But I've seen a lot of positives from this Wolfpack team. Even better to pick up some road victories because, as you said earlier, improving on their road record. But they already have a 10-3 record at home. So that's going to be great for the Wolfpack. If they can improve their road record, I can expect some good things.
Oh, absolutely, and improve their conference record as well. But they will have another non-conference opponent coming up on March 21st. They will match up against Louisiana State Alexandria, LSUA, with the first pitch for Tuesday's matchup set for 3 p.m. So a little bit of an early pitch time for whatever reason. Perhaps they want to get home, watch some March Madness.
True, yeah.
I know some people's brackets are already shot at this point, but that's Wolfpack baseball for you. Be sure to be out there and tune into the live broadcast brought to you by Alec Martinez. He's great on the broadcast, so be sure to check that out.
Anybody move right along here into golf now?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so the golf team shot its lowest round ever and ends day one of the William Carey Collegiate Classic in 7th. And I know that you were following the tournament. Now, what did you see?
Oh, absolutely. So in this tournament, they went to they went to the Carey Collegiate Classic, as you said, in Hattiesburg, and shot their lowest round ever. Their lowest round, they actually made history. I want to say about a year and a half ago, shooting their lowest round. But then they come back and they do it again with a historic 298. I believe they were in the 300s about 2 years ago or so. But again, they've got some great guys on this team. Coach Goff is doing a great job, and they've got guys like Jose Perez, who's been throughout the Wolfpack history for quite some time now. Every year it seems like he's doing something in the history books, Gabe, to kind of put this golf team on the map. You've got the Njoka brothers. I can't really tell them apart, but the Njoka twins, of course. But they are very consistent, and I think going forward, they've got to be happy about the product that they're putting out there to represent the Wolfpack. So they'll be back. Loyal's next competition will be on April the 2nd and the 3rd. They will be at the Mission Inn Resort in Florida to play in that tournament. So keep up with the Wolfpack. We'll keep you updated on how that goes for the golf team.
They're getting better and better every year, and their score keeps getting lower and lower and lower.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the funny thing about golf is the lower the score, the better usually.
True.
So
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. So just keep up to date with that as we move on now. Last but certainly not least, track and field.
Yeah, you were at the event, right?
Yeah,
You got
right,
to take some of
absolutely.
these photos for the website.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was a busy weekend, Gabe. I gotta say, it was a very busy weekend covering track and field. They had some outstanding performances across the board. 6 athletes in day one. This was a 2-day meet. This Louisiana Classic in Lafayette. 6 athletes qualified for the SSAC championships at the end of the year, at the end of April. And in other news, but headlining the Wolfpack was Leah Banks. She had a tremendous effort in the women's long jump. She completed a jump of 5.54 meters. Good enough for 4th place overall, and good enough not just for the conference meet, but good enough for the national meet in May. So she has been all year just leading the Wolfpack and just making history and consistently qualifying for national events. So there's going to be definitely.
She's doing big things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And Coach Dotson, just always speaking highly of her. I always get a chance to talk to Coach after the meets, before the meets. He's always talking about how she's really going to make some noise at the national level.
That's good.
So great things coming out of there. And the freshmen have been doing well as well. And also the sophomores, Malcolm Pitchford took home 9th place overall during this past meet. In the field events, they've done well as well. But their next meet will be on March 24th. They will travel to Montevallo, Alabama to compete in the Falcon Track Classic. So we'll keep you updated on that as well.
Okay.
And that's going to just about wrap it up for us. I didn't forget our favorite segment.
Well, Players of the Week.
Yeah.
All right. I will take the lead here.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'm going to go with a senior player who played his last game of college basketball for the Wolfpack, and I'm going with Jalen Gray, who had a tremendous game, 20 points, was the leading player with the Wolfpack, just trying to will them in that second half to stay close to get that victory. But unfortunately, couldn't pull out the victory. But I'm going to go with Jalen Gray. Just want to give congratulations to him and on his career here at the Wolfpack. Yeah. And he is my player of the week. And,
absolutely.
Mark, who are you going with?
And I'm going with Leah Banks of the Wolfpack track and field team. Like we just said, she's doing big things this year, just consistently, like we said, qualifying for national tournaments. Meets rather, not tournaments. This is track and field after all. But the other thing too that we kind of didn't talk about quite as much is that during the indoor season, she participated in the pentathlon. And for those of you who are not familiar with the term, that's 5 events.
Five.
Yeah, five different events in the track and field realm. But she's doing the heptathlon as well.
Wow.
During the outdoor season. So that's a lot of events, and she seems to have the energy to keep doing this and keep qualifying at the national level and really just putting the Wolfpack on the map and just blowing away the history books. So that's my player of the week, Leah Banks.
All right then.
Yeah, and I think that's going to do it for us. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. Tweet at the show. Talk about some things that you want to see, some things that we could do better, and just we're always open for suggestions.
We might do some more baseball coverage, some more track and field coverage, because basketball is winding down or is finished.
Yeah.
So we might have to put some energy in some different areas. So we'll be willing to do that.
Absolutely, and it'll be great to get some coverage on the diamond for the Wolfpack baseball team, track and field, and other sports as well. But once again, I'm Mark T. Robinson.
And I'm Gabriel Garza.
And we'll see you guys again next time.